Okay, this is just how I am. You should take me like that.
No, me that is working on myself. Am I? I like as God share problem, give everybody. Mysterious. I'm going to be a mature girly. That's just torture, unnecessary torture. Live your life. I was a toxic person. This was a trauma response. You are quite frankly looking very ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense to me. Arnold bro. This Schwarzenegger. Being a clean girl is what you call it to be. People are vastly different. There's only one you on the earth. Competition stems from a misunderstanding of self. Take this with a pinch of salt. Imagine you had married that person. Boy, boo, anybody watching this? You should be kind to people. No, girl, don't use the zodiac sign to excuse bad behavior. Please don't come for me. It can be you like mad. I'm just saying. I can never spend money on this thing. Calm down. Have the money first. But that's okay. We forgive you. Perhaps you have outgrown it now. Please don't forget to subscribe.
Cannot resist this. My head was shaking my hips.
One of the most meaningful parts of my journey into adulthood has been deep introspection. Asking myself, who am I at my core? Hi, loves. I want to invite you to do something with me that we rarely do in this loud, busy world. To really look within. In this video, I want you to feel safe enough to ask yourself the same honest questions, to embrace the good, the not so good, and everything that makes you uniquely you. So grab a cup of warm coffee or your favorite drink and let's get into this together. To be honest, man is a product of influence. We pick up mannerisms, behavioral patterns, speech patterns, both consciously and subconsciously from our immediate environment, our friends, our family, and even people we admire from afar. We all rub off on each other. You can learn that you like something because someone else did it. And that's okay, that's fine. For instance, there's a matcha crave on the internet right now, and I am going to try matcha. If I discover that I like matcha, trust me, I'm going to be a matcha girly. So this video is not one of those videos that tell you that, oh, you don't have to pick up whatever it is that is trendy. If you find out that something is trendy and you try it for yourself and you like it and it's something you want to do or you want to be, you can do it. Then it becomes authentically you. But we must have a core. And having a core is what this video is aimed at. Having a core means having an anchor. And when you have an anchor, you won't be a sponge that embraces any and everything. You begin to set healthy boundaries. You begin to know what you want and what you don't want, who you are and who you aren't. And yes, it's perfectly okay to try new things, to explore new concepts in your journey of self-discovery. Truth is, even if you end up not doing that thing or being that person you explored, at least you would have discovered now that, okay, I did try this and it isn't me, as opposed to living with the regret of never knowing. If you keep on insisting on things that just isn't you, that's just torture, unnecessary torture. It's like forcing a fish to fly. For instance, a lot of people are naturally very expressive, very happy, very joyful, but because they see someone that they admire, maybe physically or for whatever reason, have a nonchalant attitude that they put up to look cool or inaccessible, they also try to become mysterious or nonchalant or stifle your expression. Trust me, you are losing a very beautiful part of yourself in a bid to be someone else. You don't even know if that person became mysterious and nonchalant because they are hurting. It could be coming from a place of being misunderstood, being shy, even being taken for granted, that they need to heal from. And now you're picking up a mannerism that isn't you because you want to be seen as important. That could be indicative of a form of insecurity, because if you're confident in yourself, you're okay in yourself, you wouldn't have any issue with anybody taking your expressiveness, your color, your vibrance, your enthusiasm for granted. It's who you are. Express yourself. Live your life. Life is literally just one. You don't want to spend the most part of it trying to stifle your expression or be someone you're not. You need to ask yourself, what makes me tick? What makes me excited? What makes me upset? What can I do without batting an eyelid and enjoy doing, even if you wake me up at 2 a.m. to do? Am I a stubborn focuser that finds comfort in the familiar? Or am I the kind of person that enjoys trying new things and hopping from one idea to the other? Or am I even both? What are my emotional reactions to life's issues? Do I implode? Do I explode? Am I introverted? Am I extroverted? Am I ambiverted? These are questions you need to ask yourself. When you learn your strengths and weaknesses, you become much more patient with yourself. You become more patient with people as well, because you understand that, okay, everybody is on their journey to growth. Another angle of introspection that I want to touch on is being completely honest with yourself. You have to be completely honest with yourself. Guys, I literally cannot overemphasize this. You need to tell yourself the truth every single time. You need to tell yourself, okay, on this, I made this decision because I was being irrational, I was being emotional, I wasn't thinking straight. I did not have all of the information that I should have had. I was being assumptive. I was a toxic person. This was a trauma response. I should have done better. I could have done better. I will do better going forward. That's not to beat yourself up and make yourself sound like you're the worst person to exist. But change comes first from honesty. When you're able to be honest with yourself and tell yourself that I could have actually done better, you will be able to do better going forward because now you've recognized the thing that you did that could have been done differently, and now you are able to do differently actually when the situation arises. If you don't tell yourself the truth, you're going to be living in a web of delusion. First step of growing is actually being honest with what needs to change, what needs to go, what needs to stop, and what needs to continue. Only then can you truly grow. Sometimes I see people pick up a false accent, and it's so hilarious to me because not only are you not being your authentic self, you are quite frankly looking very ridiculous. And we can tell when the accent is not yours. The truth is, it's actually the substance of what you're saying that matters the most, not in the way you try to sound. And to me, that's like colonialism mindset that has etched deep into your brain because that accent you're trying to pick up is native to someone else. So what makes you think that their accent is superior to yours? And we seriously need to do away with that because the most important thing is how articulate you sound. Use of proper English if you must, or even if you're using your mother tongue, which is very fine. The important thing is that you're actually communicating and that you're getting your point across. You don't need to pick up an accent that isn't yours. Except, of course, you are an impressionist and you're trying to learn how to do multiple accents. That's fine. But, like, for your everyday speech, it doesn't make any sense to me. Another thing that I find really ridiculous is when people are more prone to names that are foreign, they think it's so cool to have a foreign name. I don't have anything against foreign names, okay? I have an English name. But your indigenous name is as beautiful as whatever else tribe name that you want to bear. Even if your indigenous name may be difficult to pronounce, you have to insist upon the fact that people need to learn how to pronounce your name. I mean, people have learned how to pronounce Arnold Schwa. Bro, I couldn't even be bothered about knowing how to pronounce Arnold Schwa. This Schwarzenegger. Honestly, I couldn't care less because he's not a very important factor for me. But yeah, if people could learn how to pronounce that, then they should learn how to pronounce your name as well. And you should own it. You should wear it with pride, wear it with joy. It's your name, it's native to you. I love how right now in Nigeria, a lot of people are embracing culture. We're even branding it and selling it for the rest of the world to see. We're embracing our fabrics, our rich culture, and we're finding the beauty in it. Again, there's nothing wrong with embracing other cultures. It's beautiful to explore, to be wide read, but learn how to love and embrace your authentic self. If you are a minimal girly, don't try to do colors and maximalism because that's what's in trend. But actually, right now, minimalism is in trend, and a lot of people are losing their extravagance and their love for colors because they want to be a clean girl. Trust me, being a clean girl is what you call it to be. A clean girl is a girl that understands herself and is living in her fullest potential. If you are a person that focuses on one thing and does it head on, be that. If you're a person that does multiple things, it's okay. All of these motivational speakers that tell you, oh, if you cannot be jack of all trades and be master of one, that's not true. There's some wisdom in what they say, in the sense that you have to manage your time better. You have to maybe not do everything at the same time, or maybe not do everything as a job so you don't get burnt out. Sometimes some things might end up being just hobbies that you enjoy, but do not lose the natural talent and flair that God has given to you because somebody else is focused on one thing. No, that might just be what stands you out in your time and your generation. If you're a quiet person, you're introverted, it's fine to be introverted. If you're vocal and you're outspoken, it's also fine to be vocal and outspoken. Try not to villainize other people who aren't who you are. When you discover yourself, it's easy for you to understand that people are vastly different because you've seen obviously in yourself that there are traits that you possess that other people do not possess, and there are traits other people possess that you do not possess. You'd be able to appreciate people's differences when you are a deeply introspective person. The dangers of not embracing your authentic self is that you rid yourself and the world of the opportunity to experience the one of a kind person that you are, because literally there's only one you on the earth, and there is so much to you that you need to offer the world. You might not even end up being a very public figure, but you are placed here for a reason, for a purpose. And if you are chasing someone else's idea, someone else's dream, someone else's being, you would miss out on the uniqueness that is you. Competition stems from a misunderstanding of self. When you aren't aware of how unique you are as a person, when you do not appreciate the person that you are, you would compete and compare. It's also a reflection of low self esteem. Recently, somebody complimented my hair on Instagram and she was like, "Oh my God, your hair is so beautiful. I am so jealous." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." Maybe she didn't mean it so deeply, but I took that opportunity to tell her that I'm pretty sure there's something about you that is also enviable that everybody else wishes. Oh, I wish that this was me as well. There's this popular thing they say on the internet. I like as God share problem, give everybody. Literally, it's true. Everybody has something unique in them. Everybody has something that makes them stand out, that makes them unique, that makes them look fantastic. Yours might not look conventionally shiny as the other person's, but it's still yours. So you need to find out what is this thing about me that makes me stand out. You see the people that you celebrate, you idolize today. Sometimes they may not even have very, very special talent. They may have something really, really basic, but they amplify it. They make it theirs. They make it look like the next best thing after sliced bread. And then you look at it and you're like, wow, this is fantastic. Check. There is most likely somebody else that is doing the same thing but or even has the same talent, but they don't celebrate theirs as much as the person who is making theirs look like they're the best thing. And then people say, "Oh my God, you're so full of yourself, bro." Who should I be full of? You? You should look at yourself as special. You should look at yourself as unique. You should look at yourself as wonderful. Do I believe in complimenting and appreciating other people? Absolutely, yes. I am very much of a people person and I love being vocal about celebrating people and their uniqueness and their you know, gifts and talents. But that's because I'm very much aware of my own and I love and appreciate my own. So I am not fangirling being unaware of how fantastic I am. I am appreciating you because I'm very confident in how wonderful I am as a person. I say it often like, I love my mind. I love my brain. I love how I look. I love this body God has given to me. I love my outlook on life. I love my positivity. So sometimes just take the time out and write out the things that you're grateful for about yourself. Write out the things that you discovered about yourself that you think is unique, is beautiful, and be grateful for them. I've done a lot of introspection in my adulthood, and trust me, I cannot even overstate how much it has improved the quality of my life. It helps in my decision making. Whatever decision I'm making is mine. Again, I have nothing against influence. If you have made decisions in the past that weren't based on your understanding of yourself, that's okay. I mean, you still have your life. You can always reroute, you can always rebrand. So long as you are alive, you can always learn, you can always unlearn, you can always become that person that you imagine yourself to be. So don't beat yourself up about it. It's okay. Pause, reroute, start again. The person you were 3 years ago may not be the same person that you are today, but you have a core, you have an anchor, you know that intricately this is me and this is who I always will be. Maybe a better version of this same person, but you have your core that you are. Frontal lobe develops fully at 25. So I would be careful to not make major life decisions under 25. Although this is subjective, take this with a pinch of salt. And trust me, this is a topic for another day. But personally, I'm of the opinion that you shouldn't make major life decisions under 25, or at least until your frontal lobe is fully developed and you've experienced life to a very large extent that you now know that, okay, this is what I really want for myself as a person. Because sometimes exposure, lack of exposure, or exposure in itself can help us make better or bad decisions. Remember the person you had a crush on in your secondary school? Some of you, if you go back and look at the person now, you ask yourself, oh my God, what was I thinking? Imagine you had married that person. That's not to say that a lot of people are not happily married to their high school sweethearts, but what are the odds? Do you want to leave that to chance? And then you go out there and you find out that I've met new people, I've made better choices, I have discovered myself more, and this is not the kind of person I want to be or be with. It's okay and safe to take your time. The grave is full of unexplored potentials. Don't let that be your story, girl. Boy, boo, anybody watching this? Don't let that be a story. Embrace yourself. Embrace this speech I'm giving to you because this is a good time to subscribe if you aren't. If you are kind to yourself, you should be kind to people. And why are you kind to yourself? Because you know that you're experiencing life for the first time. You're just navigating like everybody else. Now, this is not to say that when you discover that, oh, this is the kind of person I am, and it's a bad thing you've discovered, you should say, that's just how I am. I stick to it. Oh, no, no, no. Introspection is saying these are the character traits that I am prone to that are not so fantastic. So I need to work on this. I need to curb this. I need to cut this out. This is something that needs fixing. So it's not a
Okay, this is just how I am. You should take me like that.
no, me that is working on myself. Am I a fool? No, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. That's why I don't exactly subscribe to zodiac signs and say, oh, I'm Gemini. That's just how I am. I am Sagittarius. That's just how I am. No, girl, don't use a zodiac sign to excuse bad behavior. And besides, I don't think the stars has anything to do with your character traits. Please don't come for me. It's just my personal inflections. Your parents did the do and they gave birth to you, and you chose to behave the way you behave. Everything is through your choice. It has nothing to do with the stars. You need to recognize the fact that, okay, this is what I am prone to. I'm prone to laziness. I'm prone to anger. I'm prone to procrastination. I'm prone to nonchalance. So I need to curb this. I'm prone to jealousy. I'm prone to insecurities. I need to work on this because these are not good traits and these are not traits I want in myself. So I need to consciously cut out these excesses and become a better version of myself. Or I am prone to being finicky. I'm prone to being accurate with my timing. I'm prone to being confident. I'm prone to being objective or any other good traits you see in yourself. So I'm going to harness it. I'm going to hone it. I'm going to put it more into practice and, channel it to further my dreams and goals. That's what introspection does for you, girl. One of my first introduction into introspection was the book Why You Act the Way You Do. And since then, it's just been a deep dive. I have gone on and on to learn more and more about behavioral patterns, character traits that could be common in people or in myself, as the case may be. And it has really opened my eyes. I mean, I find myself in these psychological books and quotes and speeches and reflections, and I see, okay, so this is what this thing I do is called, or these are the character traits that are common to people like me. It doesn't always have to be 100% accurate, but it just gives you a good grasp of understanding yourself and even interacting with people. As I have gotten older, I have, learned how to be more open-minded, how to be more open to different worldviews and perspectives. And it allows me to understand things better, to evolve. For instance, I can learn that I like flowers off of social media, and then I'm gifted flowers, and I decide, wow, I actually really like this. Then flowers are my thing. I saw a post somewhere where somebody said, oh, all of you and your fake love for flowers, nobody chooses flowers over anything. That's too much of a projection. The fact that you don't like flowers doesn't mean that other people do not find value in something you consider to be fleeting. I mean, you place so much value to life that eventually comes to an end. So that's pretty much the same with flowers, don't you think? And it's okay if you don't like flowers and you think it's too temporary to invest your energy in. Besides, your view might really just be financial related, to be honest. If money wasn't a problem for you, do you think that you would still not like it? I mean, everybody I've seen that hate on it always says it's in relation to choosing money over it. So it might just be a poverty informed decision, don't you think? I'm just saying. That brings me to another point that let your inflections about yourself not be financially informed. That might be very difficult for a lot of people because I mean, this is your present reality. That's fine. But you see, a lot of people place a lot of emphasis on things like, oh, I can never do this. I can never do that. And that's just because they can't afford it. I mean, never say never until you're in that position, to be honest. You see, a lot of people say, it can never be me. But if you are actually in that position, it can be you like Mado. Like, it can be you. So don't be too hasty to say, oh, I will never spend so and so amount on so thing. Trust me, everybody has their vanities. And if you have the means, a lot of people will do a whole lot of things that they have criticized. I've seen it time and time again where people start to do even worse when they have the means to do certain things. So a lot of things people say are just poverty informed. And poverty doesn't even have to be in your pocket. It starts first in your mind. If you are poor in your mind, when people do things that feeds them, when people do things that they can afford, it starts to irritate your demons because you like it, but you can't afford it. And that's a form of hypocrisy. If I am able to afford this thing someday, sometime, am I going to like it? If you're not sure yet, you can't wait till you can actually afford it. You can wait and say, okay, let me see. Never say never. Because sometimes people will say, oh, I can never buy this, or I can never do this. I can't spend such amount of money on such thing. That's wastage. It's always wastage to you because you want the money for yourself. But if somebody else buys it for you and gifts it to you, you would like it. So how does that go for? I can never spend money on this thing. Calm down. Have the money first. Get there first. Then you can say. In fact, at this point in my life, I never say never. When I see people say, eh, mommy makeover. How? Where? BBL. This one. That one. Whatever it is you want to do, be sure that it's coming from a place of I can afford it, but I still choose not to. Because I've seen too many girls speak against procedures, and today they look like rag dolls. They look so ridiculous because they have not just gone ahead to do these procedures, but now they have even done it so much so that they don't even know when to stop. So I'm like, So that was a poverty informed statement you made earlier. But that's okay. We forgive you. Perhaps you have outgrown it now.
At this point, let me add by way of balance that having money, in fact, money in itself should never define who you are as a person, because a lot of people purchase things not because they actually like that thing, but because they want to flex and show that they can afford it. It's also indicative of the fact that you are allowing money define you. Now you are no longer expressing who you truly are as a person, but you're now showing us that you have a low self-esteem and you want to put all of these material things that are expensive or make you appear expensive as the definition of who you are. Your life is much more than the things that you possess. So money, the presence of or the absence of, should never be a determining factor for your personal introspection. Ask yourself before you purchase that item, do I really like this item? Is it pretty to me? Is it something I really want? Do I need it? Or is it just something that I want? This is different from feeding your vanity, okay? There are things that people are vanities to people and they like it. That's okay. But this is different. This is more of a, I want to show off that I can afford something than I actually like this thing. So ask yourself, before every purchase, do I actually like this thing? Or even before every decision, am I traveling because I want to really experience the world? I want to see the world. I want to, expand my horizon. Or am I traveling to impress my neighbor and show them that I can afford a trip to wherever? So these are important, honest questions you have to ask
So
yourself.
yeah, that's my little tea for today. Tell me, what's that one thing you've discovered about yourself? What is core to you? What is subjective to you? What will change over time? Because I mean, we're constantly evolving and changing, especially when we have new information, new perspectives. But there's some things that are actually really core to you. So, what have you learned about yourself recently? I'd like to know in the comments so you can share with me what's your take home from this video. Please like, subscribe, share if you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more of this. And please, let's hit 1K. I really want to hit 1K and have us verified by YouTube so that we can start earning the bucks. Yeah, I'm going to try to be more consistent on here because I really did enjoy sharing my thoughts on this video, and it would mean a lot to me if you could support me, if you could repost this video if it made sense to you at any point in time to your own sphere of influence. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for sticking around. Please don't forget to subscribe. All right. Bye. Love you. Mwah.